do not do it for fame. I do not do it for you. I put myself through the pain. Time to start facing the truth.
I can't hear nothing. Hello, hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Tamika's Den. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Okay? You are now in the den. For some reason, I'm having a problem with my daggone earphones. So put a 1 if you can hear me. Let me know. You know, it always got to be some kind of malfunction. Okay. So, you guys, tonight we are talking about jojodancer. Okay, Richardpryor, jojodancer. You know, your life is calling you, and I got some guests here with me. Originally, I wasn't supposed to have guests, but I'm so happy to have them here. Ow! It's ladies' night. Hey, Inga. Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Hey.
And we got Moochie. Oh, everybody coming in on time. All right. Wait a minute. Where did Inga go?
Where Inga go? Bring her back.
I don't know where she went. I don't know what happened to Inga.
Oh, hey, that's your cut. Okay.
Yeah, that's love cover 4. Let me see if Inga come back. Lord, we got it for ladies' night tonight. All right. I appreciate you ladies coming, especially last minute.
Oh.
You know, short notice.
Let me see.
Oh, my was muted. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everyone out there in the YouTube world. Mom's job is never done.
You know that.
I shall return. Let me feed my child. We just get it together.
So thank you all for coming. I appreciate y'all being here. Like I said, we're gonna be talking about jojodancer tonight. Okay, your life is calling. This is one of my faves, and I know every time I talk about a movie, I say it's my favorite. Everything be my favorite, but you know, there's a lot of movies and shows and music that I love. Hey Daria, you always the first one in the chat.
Hey Daria.
What's up, Kendall? Thank you so much for being here. I don't know what happened to Inga. Let me see. Did she send me a message? I'm trying to see if I could send her a message. I don't know what happened. What up, though? Brillo?
What up, Brillo?
Thanks for coming through. If y'all are not subscribed for any reason...
She had to restart her computer. She coming on.
Okay. If y'all are not subscribed for any reason to Brillo the Big Review, then you better get into it. Go subscribe to him. And, you know, he got the subscribe-a-thon going on. Been going crazy hard, getting it in. We are all participating, okay? Giving y'all reviews, recaps, live, you know.
Yes.
All that good stuff. You got me, you got Michelle. If you're not subscribed to her, make sure that you do. You got Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. Okay. And you got who else? VKJ, JH, you know,
J.A.
Moda J.
and Moda
Yeah.
J.
So y'all better go ahead and subscribe and get into it, honey. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and comment and all that stuff when you are going, coming through, and let us know that you there and you came in and lock in, like Brillo said. Okay. So we trying to wait a little minute for Inga to come back. But basically, we are, of course, talking about Richardpryor and his greatness. Okay, I love me some Richardpryor. He was giving us everything, of course, with the stand-ups, movies, TV show. Like, he just was an all-around truth teller, in my opinion. I know I said the same thing about John Singleton last year when we I see her. Okay. I said the same thing I said about to say last week when we was doing Rosewood, as far as John Singleton being a truth teller to me. Richardpryor was definitely a truth teller as well. He always spoke his own stuff.
Sorry.
It's okay. Things happen. We gotta roll with it. I didn't know if I kicked you out. I was like, well, wait a minute, what happened to Inga?
My whole thing froze up on me. I had to restart. I said, God,
it's always something. It's always something.
The whole screen, everything froze.
But we
everybody.
We gonna keep it moving and make it do what it do. There's always something in the mix. So yeah, I was just saying that Richardpryor was definitely a truth teller. He always spoke on his own stuff. He didn't, have to wait around for nobody else to talk about what he was doing or not doing. And he didn't care if you did talk, but he, pretty much did things his way and spoke his own truth. He always told the truth about his stuff, whether it was in his stand-ups, or in telling it in a story like this. That's why I was kind of surprised when they were saying that they were going to do a remake with I think it was supposed to be Mike Epps. I was like, well, do we really need that? Because he kind of told it already. But then I was like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. More, up-to-date version. And I thought Mike Epps was a good pick. And I'm like, for people that's not that aware, that's younger and stuff like that, they would probably appreciate it. So I was like, that would be cool.
Fun fact, Marlon Wayans auditioned for that part.
Right, I heard that too.
I was looking forward to seeing that movie too. I don't think it would have been like JoJodancer because
I don't think so either. No,
you know how when somebody passes away or is on or is looking at that light, we saw it basically as him telling his story through his own eyes. So that we're gonna get a different perspective of it if Mike Epps is playing that role, and I'm here for it. I want to.
Yeah.
And JoJodancer is loosely based, just like Purple Rain or it's not 100% documentary. So,
but I mean, most of these movies, there's a few exceptions, but most of them, even the TV shows that they do, it be like loosely based. There is some things that be true, and then the rest of it is just added in. And sometimes I'll be saying they didn't even need to add the stuff in. I'll be confused. Even when they did, who was it? Madam C.J. Walker, a couple of people. Yeah. I remember being like, well, why did y'all change this or add that? Y'all could really tell their story as is. And it's an amazing story. It's a lot there. So I will always be kind of confused, like, why they change that? Well, they always want to make it more dramatic and different things of that nature.
well, the tea that I heard, I don't know if it's real or not, but they say that the problems was with the ex-wife who control she's
giving him a hard time.
Yeah,
I heard Mike had problems with her. Right, had problems with her. So I think the issue is her.
Make sure y'all.
And that's why the movie never got done.
Right. Yeah.
Point. If you was going to do it, you would have did it when Mike was younger.
Exactly.
So you could show how he progressed from a young to older comedian. I don't think it's going to happen now.
I really don't. I would be surprised if it do, but
it does now. To me, Mike Epps may be a little too old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and I'm not sure if it will because I heard the kids even have issues with that woman that he had married her and then divorced her, but then they became good friends.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
she
He was
him
taking
until
care
the
of him
end.
when he was sick too. So you
Yeah.
know what? Look, I'm like a conspiracy theorist person. She probably was brought in by the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
That's why it's where it's at.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, and that's always a thing too. To me, it do be better when the person is involved, or sometimes their family members is involved or stuff like that. Once they don't want no part of it, that makes it a lot harder, whatever the case may be. I mean, people still go ahead and do the stories in some cases, but to me, those ones don't be as good as when you actually have that approval behind it.
Yeah, and he had children, so you want the children, and they're all grown adult children, of them themselves. So you want them to be a part of it. So
right.
if everybody is not on board, they shouldn't do it. Because we see what happened with these other movies.
Right.
People not on board, and like these Whitney Houston movies and all these other movies. So
exactly. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So but anyway, at the end of the day, I still like it, and there is definitely
it's a good movie.
Some truths in it, as far as him getting high. He never hid that. He always talked about that being a issue, and his mother.
I feel like
we'll get into it more when we.
I feel like if
they
do a version of that. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I feel like they should. If they do a version of that, we're gonna see Pam Grier. Somebody playing Pam Grier, because Pam Grier was supposed to marry him.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be coming out with her movie. She said,
when?
Yes,
I don't know.
She's the one that kept him straight, though.
Yes,
so I saw the one that got him off the drugs. She had him running every morning. She was like his rod. She was like his rod or dying, and he did her dirty. She thought they thought that. How can I say this? He was telling everybody he was getting married.
Yes,
everybody thought he was marrying Pam Grier. On the cake, it even said, "Congratulations, Pam and Richard." And then, this is some good old tea. I'm gonna put that.
Yeah.
Listen. So everybody thought he was gonna marry Pam Grier, and on the cake it said, "Congratulations, Pam and Richard." And come to find out, he was marrying some other chick that nobody knew, like all his management and all that. They had to go back and fix the cake and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, she talked about it. I saw an interview she did not too long ago, and she said that she was supposed to be doing her. I don't know if it's a documentary or actual movie.
I would love to see it.
But maybe a documentary.
I would love to see
documentary
it.
Style. So
we need to have a Pam Grier night.
Oh, I
definitely.
Love her.
I'm all for that.
I want to do. We're going to. I'm calling.
I'm definitely down for that.
Night on my channel.
I love her.
And everybody has to dress for the event.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for that. Because I did like a little thing, but not, in depth with her. That's one of my favorites.
Everything.
Oh, I wish I had a wig, because then I definitely
you got time, baby. You got time.
Right.
You got time.
And actually, DeMarcus said
behind the scenes about it. We're gonna talk behind the scenes about it. But
so listen, you guys,
y'all heard it. So I don't want to take up. I don't want to be on.
Yeah. So guys, before we get into it, y'all know I like to give y'all little fun facts. Mine is not juicy like Moochie's, but I like to give y'all a little fun fact before we start getting into the movie. So the first one that we are gonna shine a light on, y'all know I always be liking to shine a light on them. Okay, shine a light on them. Hey. Is Herbie Hancock, a jazz pianist. If y'all don't know about him, you should. But if you don't, you better ask your mama, grandmother, auntie, or whoever to let you know. And basically, of course, the reason why I brought him up is he actually did the music for this movie, JoJodancer, and he of course, since 2012, he's been serving as a professor at the University of California. So he basically teaches at UCLA School of Music, and he actually has a school named after him that used to be the Loneliest Monk Institute up until 2019, and then it basically changed and got named after him.
The Loneliest Monk.
Yes, I was like, get the heck out of here! I didn't even know about this, for real. And he's the chairman or whatever. So basically, of course, he has been, awarded 12 Grammys in over 2 decades. He's an electric acoustic spear, both electric and acoustic, I should say, jazz, and a producer. And in 2008 he won Grammy Album of the Year, and this was the first jazz album to win in over 43 years. So definitely put some respect on his name and shine a light on him. And then the next person that I wanted to mention is Reubancannon, because he actually was the producer on here. He's a producer and also a casting director, okay, that has been around forever. So if you guys are not familiar with him, then you definitely need to look into him. He has just about every movie you've seen on television, okay, he's affiliated with it, okay? I don't care what it is, whether it's black, white, whatever. He has had a part of it. So when you look him up online, it basically says that, of course, he was, producer, film producer, casting director, and it tells you that he was the first casting director in Hollywood to head for Warner Brothers in 1977 to 1978, and he then left there and started his own casting company in 1978. And so, basically, he has cast nearly 100 television shows, right, and films, and he won an Artist Award for Best Casting for Drama in The Color Purple, which was the debut of Whoopi Goldberg and, of course, Oprah Winfrey, who both later went on to be nominated for Oscars. They didn't win, but they were nominated, right? And it says that he produced most of Tyler Perry's shows and movies. And I ain't throwing no shade, okay? Because I'm okay with Tyler Perry. Not everything I'll be liking to his. But I said, no, y'all got to expand way more than that, because although he has done most of Tyler Perry movies and shows, this man has done most, like I said, of everything that's on TV, okay? And just to give y'all a few examples, because it's too many to go down all the list of all of them, but just to give y'all an idea, when I say he's had his hand in everything, he has done. From the Boondocks to the Parkers to Half and Half to My Wife and Kids to Columbo to Why Do Fools Fall in Love to John Carpenter's Vampires to Get on the Bus to Touched by an Angel to What's Love Got to Do with It to Perry Mason to Josephine Baker, The Woman of Brewster Place, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Moon Knight, and Amen, the TV show, A Soldier Story, Sister to Sister. Like, definitely shine a light on him and give him all the respect, okay? And that is just to name a few. That's not even scratching the surface. So I just want to put that out there. Yes, Kendall, shine a light on him, okay? Definitely. Yeah, Pam Grier was going through a lot with them, and I always love Pam Grier, for real. Oh, DeMarcus says she was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I know she was with a few people.
She was with Jabbar too. I think she was with Jabbar after that.
Yeah,
she didn't want to convert to being a Muslim.
Right, I do vaguely remember hearing about that.
Yeah, they was madly in love.
Yeah, they was in love.
She
was his perfect match because she ran. She was athletic.
He ended up marrying a white woman. So
after that,
had the kids.
Yes, I love A Soldier Story.
I don't even think the white woman converted to being a Muslim. So that's kind of baffling to me.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Anywho.
So anyway, y'all, moving it right on along. Okay. We also, of course, this is about Richard Pryor. So, as far as Richard Pryor, like I said, we know he has done, stand-up movies, TV shows, and all that good stuff. Some of the ones that I love from him is Harlem Nights, See No Evil, Hear No Evil. That is my favorite. I don't care. I could watch that 1,000 times over. And it always make me laugh. If I'm in a bad mood, I could throw that right on. Moving, Brewster's Millions, Which Way Is Up, another classic. They're Crazy, another classic.
Run them off, girl.
Yes, Grease Lightning, Bustin' Loose. I feel like Bustin' Loose now. Okay. Silver Streak, The Mac,
Lady Sings the Blues.
Yes, Car Wash, The Wiz that we just did too. So, baby,
exactly,
he deserves all his flowers as well. And of course, we are here to talk about jojodancer.
On this JoJo dancer.
Yes, this movie just kept coming to me. I wasn't even supposed to be doing it. I was like, for some reason, I don't know what's saying to do it, but I said, all right, we going with it. We going to do it. So JoJo Dancer it is. Okay. And I like the fact that it says JoJo Dancer, your life is calling you. Like,
Yes.
So yeah, y'all, that's what we're going to talk about. Do y'all have any favorite Richard movie or TV show?
Oh, I love Which Way Is Up. I love moving is funny to me. Let's see, Bustin' Loose. Oh, my mind just went blank. But yeah. Oh, Stir Crazy.
Yeah,
Stir Crazy classic. That's a classic. Him and Gene Wilder. It was hilarious. He had some good ones. I mean, he had some that wasn't so good in his later years, but the early years, Grease Lightning is good.
Yes, I can remember my mother watching that too.
Based on a true story, so he had some good ones. He had some good ones.
Well, we're gonna get into this because I know Moochie gotta go too, and I don't want to hold y'all too long. We already like 20 minutes in, but listen, y'all. So we start this out, of course, with him lying on the phone, right? Saying he changed and he ain't been smoking nothing or doing nothing. And right after he get off the phone, he trying to find something.
No, he was getting rid of it. He was like, I'm done with it. Remember?
Was he getting rid of it?
This morning. Yes, he's. I just stopped this morning. I'm done with it. I ain't doing it. I stopped a long time ago.
Exactly.
It was like when somebody was like this. He was like this morning.
He put it in his jacket and he was like, "Wait a minute, where you come from? What does this hit come from?" But did it right?
Because he's looking all on the floor and everywhere.
Yeah, I remember when this happened. I remember over the news. Yeah, I remember this.
I remember that too. Yeah.
Yes, it was so sad. Yeah.
So of course he gets burnt up and he's being rushed into the hospital. All the doctors is trying to do what they got to do with him, and then I'm assuming it's supposed to be his spirit is getting up.
Yeah.
And looking at him and just saying, what the heck have you done to us? What are you doing? Like, what's going on? Anybody want to talk about this part?
Yeah, it's his soul came in out, like you looking at your own self saying, what in the world did you do? Why are you in this position? We got to he wasn't supposed to live. I mean, he almost died.
Baby, listen.
They said he wasn't supposed to live. Matter of fact, he was saying, let me die.
Yes.
He was telling him, let me die.
I say when God ain't through with you, honey.
Yes.
That's right. That's
exactly.
right.
Yes. So he was like cursing himself out basically. And then, he goes to leave and he's like, where you going? He said, I think he said, I'm going to take you for a ride or we going for a ride or whatever. And then there's like a limo waiting outside for him. First of all, he walked outside the hospital butt naked. I thought that was funny.
I was just about to say that. I said he walking down the street as the spirit walking at the butt.
Right. He got him to put something funny in it. And where he ends up going is to himself as a little boy. He was such a cute little boy. This little boy right here.
I thought he was cute. He reminded me of my nephew.
So, of course, when he gets there, he's seeing his grandmother. And he was a smart little boy, getting good grades in school, bringing home a good report card. The grandmother want to show it off. And she like, oh, that's good.
It's not surprising that he had the pain that he had because your grandmother ran a brothel. Your mama is a prostitute. Your daddy was a John. I mean, he had all of that built up in him, carried on his whole life.
Right.
I mean, even though they loved him, but still,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You seeing women coming in and out and Johns coming in and out. Yeah,
absolutely. That was him talking to his father. And I don't think I got when he was looking through the door and seeing his mother in there. She like, you want your butt whipped? No. He hurried up and moved. And then he's basically talking to himself like, you gonna mess me up, aren't you? We gonna have a hard life.
Yeah, he was doing his own therapy. Because now these days, that's what a lot of these men get stuck in, arrested development.
Yes, absolutely.
He was going through his own phase, and he had to pretty much talk his way through it, through life. As far as like this scene.
Well, this whole movie, I agree with you. This whole movie was therapy. I'm sure he was like getting all his pain out, stuff he probably pushed away and wasn't thinking about no more.
Yeah,
you know?
He had a rough life.
He really did. He really
had a rough life, y'all.
Absolutely. And then this is him with the mother, you know, talking to her for a minute. She was a beautiful lady too.
Yeah, she reminded me of Felicia Rashad.
Yes, she did kind of favor her.
And I thought it was. I was like, it can't be her because they would have said both of them in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we get to like his father had a lot of nerve to me though. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be
that was the uncle or somebody, wasn't it?
Was it the uncle? Okay, because at first I thought maybe like the mother and the grandmother passed away, and didn't really remember, and I didn't know if it was the father or the uncle. Because I was saying, if this is the father, he remarried. No, he got a lot of nerve.
The father.
Oh, that was the father. Okay.
That was supposed to be the father. He remarried, and he had the nerve to tell him. You're right. And his mother wasn't nothing, and that's how they got into it. I said he got a lot of nerve. Now him coming in and being upset about him quitting the job, I could see that because right now, you know, first he's talking to her, which this is his first wife. And then the father comes in and says, oh, you quit your job. And everybody's like, what? And he's like, yeah, he went and quit the job that I got him, you know, talking about he want to be a comedian. And, you know, that's his dream. He's saying, well, Pop, I'm good at it. I could do it. Da, da, da. And all of a sudden he going to say, you wasn't nothing and your mama wasn't nothing. And so that's how they kind of got into the argument. And then he decided. The father wasn't John. The father wasn't. How you going to judge him?
So you ain't nothing either. But
you ain't nothing either. He was an asshole. Excuse me, but he was an asshole.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, he wasn't lying.
You know, how you gonna act like holier than thou? And you was the John. You was
right.
Exactly. He was paying for it.
I don't think he was mad because he thought he had that girl wrapped around his finger. Yeah. Because he was the John and the baby daddy.
Yeah.
But she done went off with somebody that really had a gold pot at the end of the rainbow.
Right.
Exactly.
Now I don't think she should have left her son.
No.
Especially if she was leaving the life.
Yeah,
but, you know, it is what it is.
Right. Yeah. But I really thought that was something. I was like, you know, the nerve. But you know, that's how people be in real life. So, so of course, when they get to the bus, right? Because he thinking they both gonna leave together. She decided to stay, and she was saying like, "Come on, you only really married me because you thought I was pregnant and I wasn't." And she was like, "Sorry for tricking you." I said, "Well, damn."
Yo, that's crazy, yo. That you lie like that. Anywho, go ahead.
No, any one of y'all want to talk about that? Or?
No.
Okay.
I just think it was foul.
It was.
Because you gonna lie and say you pregnant to hold on to a man.
She was scared to leave her parents though. If you done married this dude, you and him supposed to have a life together. You were supposed to be like, all right, baby, I'm coming.
Now,
do y'all think his life would have turned out different if she would have stayed with him? Or you think he just would have been the same old mess?
It could have been. It's one of them things where you never really know.
I know, it makes you go.
And then he was so green and so gullible at first. You know what I mean? When he first said, that was funny too with this one when he's on the bus and his stomach is growling. Everybody on the bus.
The little boy eating a piece of chicken.
The little boy giving the chicken.
Good. Yeah, it's the fat girl talking right now. That chicken
no. It's a fried chicken. That's right. It's good.
Look, it was all greasy.
Yes, you know that was his mama that made that.
He was starving, so that one little piece of chicken.
That was like the best thing on earth.
Right.
The bone and the gristle.
Yo, everybody made the bone and the gristle. Yeah. That bone was probably clean.
He
you know, all you see is that little, you know, that little other little
right.
Yeah. He probably ate
So
the
of course
gristle.
he gets to this place, and the guy ends up telling him like, well, he told him come back next month. He was like, yeah, I remember you, but we ain't got no jobs right now.
Wow. And he went all the way there with no place to live. Because if his daddy.
Hey, Brittany, thank you for coming through.
Hey, Kiki.
And the thing is, people do this. You know, I haven't never had the nerve to do that, but people do that. Go to New York, go to Hollywood, don't have no money, sleep in the street.
Exactly.
They really want to be a star, you know.
Yeah, he took a big chance, you know, just to get on the bus and leave everything behind and trying to go pursue his dream. And I think these might be mixed up because I think after that his daggone room got robbed at the hotel, so he was just having such a bad time.
Hotel.
Yes,
and those people still wanted their money.
Yes, they was like, I don't care, give us our money.
Exactly.
You know how it is. They don't care if you get robbed. They still want their rent. You know what I'm
saying? He was like, "Did you hear what I said? I just got robbed." So,
but you know what I wanted to say? You see how they traveled back then? A lot of people really came through. They got their career because they had a chance. When you think about it, a lot of us need to be more bold.
Oh yeah,
no doubt. You ain't lying. No doubt.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, so he sees her performing. I forgot what her name was. It Satin Doll?
Yes. Satin Doll. Yeah,
I like her too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's a great actress. Too.
Yes.
I forgot what other movie she was in, but she was in a lot of movies.
Oh, she was in a lot of stuff.
She's a famous black actress.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they don't. It's like somebody. You know how it's somebody you see in a whole bunch of movies, and it's like, there's that girl. She's like that.
I'm not sure if she's still alive. I think it's Paula Kelly. Is that her name? Paula Kelly, I think. I don't think she's still alive though.
Do good with that.
Okay, I don't even know you good with that angle.
Yeah, she's been alive.
I'm gonna Google it right now and see if she's like. You said Paula Kelly.
I think that's her name. Yeah, I think she was in one of those Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier movies. Which way is up or something like. Oh, Let's Do It Again. Maybe Let's Do It Again. I think it was. But she's been in a lot of stuff.
Yes.
A lot of TV shows.
Okay, she was in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
A lot of movie and TV shows. She's been on a lot of stuff.
All right. She was in Women of Brewster's Place. Remember, she was in that.
Yes.
She was the lesbian lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She was in that. She was in Uptown Saturday Night. She was in Top Heat. She was in a lot of movies.
Oh, it was Uptown Saturday. That's right. Not Let's Do It Again. Uptown Saturday Night. Because they was at the casino. And Uptown Saturday Night, we gotta do that movie too.
Yeah, that's on the list. We got that on the list too.
I was ready to say that.
Yes.
So she was in a lot of movies, and I feel like she's unspoken.
Yes, absolutely.
She's like so she's like a hidden gem.
After a hidden gem, absolutely.
Yes. So of course he was trying to sneak backstage to talk to her, and then he gets back there. And she was mad cool with him. She tried to act like she didn't even know who he was at first. But she's like, I know you. I saw you. You know, you make me laugh. So she told him to come back next Wednesday. Was the next one? I think it was the next Wednesday or something like that. And he was like, next Wednesday. She's like, I said next Wednesday. Yeah. So then she was trying to give him this green juice to drink, telling him it was good for him. It was going to make him use the bathroom. He was like, whoa.
Yeah, but she was also saying it make your skin tight.
Yeah.
Like, you know why black doesn't crack.
Right.
She was doing it from back then.
Absolutely. So, I think he came here to do his first night. They want to see how he would do on the stage. And he was all nervous and scared and stuff. And then, when he got out there, the first time a man was on the moon or the sun and a baby being born. I think that's what it was.
I thought that was genius.
The baby being born.
Yeah. Hey, RC.
He's one of those first people that did physical comedy too.
Yeah.
You're doing like you like he's performing physical comedy like. Everybody talks about Jim Carrey, but he's the inventor.
No, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Kendall says she passed away February 8th, 2020, 77
right.
years old.
Oh wow!
Thank you, Kendall.
God bless her, because she did a lot of work. Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, that was genius. Him, the baby being born. That was the way he did that. I mean, his facial expressions and everything. Like I
was like, what is this?
No, but that was funny though. But it's true.
Yeah, and it did get the people laughing. It's just that they told him,
was visualizing it.
Right. They told him, well, you need to basically cut it down a bit. But they did see that he had the potential and he was funny. And so they kept talking to him about timing. And at this point, they went out to like this diner afterwards, him and his new little clique that he met, her and her friends. And they was giving him the breakdown of how he should, do things a little bit more, do things a bit slower. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying
to polish up his job.
Right.
They let him know what's hitting, let him know what makes people laugh, let him know how to control the crowd, all of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Good stuff. All that good stuff. What me out was the fact that when he told him, he was like, because he didn't know what to say, like, that she was leaving, and he said something, and the guy looked at, because I think he said doll or sweetheart or something, and then he was like, I once was married to her.
Yes, that part made me laugh too, because she gave him a kiss because her new little boyfriend, the detective, came, and he was like, she's saying bye. He like, wait a minute, you was married to her?
Wait, the guy standing up?
No,
this one right here.
Yeah, he seemed smooth like that. I was like, I know it wasn't the other one, the stuttering one.
Well, that's that guy. That's Billy Eckstein, the jazz singer.
Yeah,
Billy Eckstein.
He was with him.
There's a lot of stars in this.
Yeah,
and he was just like, look. He was just like, look. She do what she do.
All right, Inga know the stuff.
Look, I like this because we get old school.
I know about a lot of old, because I grew up with my grandparents and all that, and Billy Eckstein was a jazz and singer back in the day, so I definitely knew who he was.
But I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too bad guys can't roll that way these days.
Yeah, they don't. It would be so much jealousy and animosity between them two. Especially the cop. The cop will feel like even though he got the woman, he would still feel threatened.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, they doing this routine where she's like pretending to be the one that we just saw in the diner, and then Richard is supposed to be her, so they all was changing, and the other guy was pretending to be Richard, to do their different routines, and they go backstage, and she laughing and in a good mood, like, oh, you did it, and then they had to ruin the mood and tell them they're not gonna get paid. Anybody want to talk about that?
Oh, he said, I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna get my money.
Yeah,
that's crazy that he did that. He was playing with fire because that's the mob he was messing with.
Exactly.
Don't put nothing away because I haven't eaten yet.
Yes.
I had the other.
So he go in there with a daggone starter pistol of all things and step into them. He said, "What you mean we ain't getting paid? Oh no, I'm getting paid tonight. We getting our money."
Yes,
I said, I know that's right, but he didn't realize who he was going up against. He pulling out this daggone pistol, and the next thing you know, she had to call up her little detective boyfriend to go in there and save his behind. He didn't even know what he was about to get into.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And they had to ask him, like, you didn't have Italians where you came from? Where was it, Ohio?
Wait, where were they?
Where was this supposed to be? I don't even remember where this.
I figured that out when I was looking at the movie. I was like, where?
Look at all the stars in this movie.
Yeah,
white guy
right here come from a lot of stuff too.
A lot of stuff, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then he steadily telling them, but I got the money, and he gave her the money and stuff too. But of course, they had to go ahead and drop him off at the bus stop because they said, if you don't get the heck up out of here, they gonna get you out of here permanently.
Yeah. So he hadn't this. So he must wasn't in. He wasn't in California yet then.
No, he was gonna go to California next. That I know, but I can't remember where this was at.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he starts crying because she gave him the book and was like, "Oh, it's just a book, take it." But you know, of course, she slipped that money in there for him. Aw.
I like that. I like that she was still like, you know how somebody they call her like a mother hen.
Yes.
She still took care of him. I love that part.
It was dope.
Absolutely. That touched his heart. So, of course, you know, he's still just basically laying there reminiscing, and the doctors is coming out and saying it's not looking good at all. He done had, like, I think, respiratory failure, some other kind of failure. I don't remember. I didn't write it down. And we get to her. Do y'all got anything?
This is the one that's giving him all the trouble now.
Yeah, this is the first one.
Well,
no, well, technically, she's not the first wife.
That's
she's the second
Pryor.
one.
That's the daughter that everybody knows.
Right.
He was married 6 times, and he loved white women, so he did have a couple of white women.
Right.
So I don't know if this is her. He could have had who knows which order they in. You know.
I think it was her. I think she was the one though.
Yeah, I remember that was the daughter's
I'm
mother.
not even sure.
So, but did y'all have any thoughts on her? Because baby, first this is when the daughter is, you know, saying she want to go to the hospital and see him and stuff, right? And then we go back and we see when he first met her, or when they first, you know, was starting to get it on. Did you check how she told him I could be black? And then she started trying to be funny, and he was saying how he read the Malcolm X and all that. He's like, no, I am black. I'm going to be black all the time. If the Ku Klux Klan come here right now, what did he say? That was funny, man. I'm
laughing because RC in the comments said, this skis in here.
Yo, she was off the hook. She was off the hook.
That's why I think this is the one that's giving all the problems, y'all. Even though he was with a lot of white women.
Yes.
And basically,
I can't say I don't know. Yeah. We have to
say LSW. Hey, Samar Bonnie. Thank y'all for coming through.
Chased them. And once he chased them, then that's when he started getting abusive
because he was
them.
married several. And the one that's giving him the problems, he married her twice. He had divorced.
Yes, I believe it's this one, y'all. Allegedly, okay.
Allegedly. We don't even know her name, so we're not mentioning her. You don't even gotta say allegedly because we ain't mentioning her.
Right.
I think her name is Jennifer. Being real life.
Well, here you go.
Hey, Savannah. But she had a lot of nerve to say, she said, anybody could be black. I could be black. I said, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
no, ma'am.
No.
So, of course, you know, after this, Lord, this lady was funny too when he roasted her.
This whole thing was funny to me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He was like, why don't you bounce on them titties out the door? Let me put myself on mute. I'm doing too much tonight.
That was funny when he basically was getting on her. But at this point, he's starting to get bigger. You can see he even got the bigger afro. So it's done some time is passing by. He's starting to get lines outside the door. You know, she over here doing drugs. I think she was doing them before him. And then he decides he want to propose to her.
I think she turned him on to it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Then this one shows up.
He's a hot mess.
That was the thing.
Every time he play in a movie, this dude's a hot mess.
Yes, every time.
Yeah, he always play a bad guy.
Every time.
Right? Yeah, he always plays something crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, RC, when she slaps him and he said, "Don't you ever."
That's not bad.
I forgot about that. He said, "Are you crazy?"
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Her name is Dawn. Which one is named Dawn?
Well, here you go. Look, we trying to be like we don't know who the
person is. Right.
It don't even matter her name. Yeah, it don't.
Y'all gonna do all this.
Yeah.
Well, now we have to say allegedly. Allegedly. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Kendall. Kendall, like her
So-
name. Look, she probably did a Google search and everything.
You know?
I love her. Kendall
So
is the
he
bomb.
ends up, of course, telling them to come back to the house, that he can make them omelets, and they gonna, have their drinks and their drugs and everything they want. Because at first she was saying, no, we just want to go back and, have a quiet morning together, eat our breakfast. He like, oh, we got breakfast at the house. But I will say JoJo kind of messed up, because she did say she was ready to go, and he was over here in the damn living room looking at this girl doing her stripping show.
She's showing her chi-chis and all that. He like, wait, what you mean you want to go? Come on, baby.
Right. And the next thing you know, he walking, seeing her in the daggone bed. Anybody want to talk about this part?
That was messed up.
Yeah,
that was messed up. And how you thought this is what he wanted?
I mean,
he didn't go in the room with them.
But Richard was a freak too. He had 4. He talked about it in his book.
So then that means they all was freaking off.
They was doing,
they used to always be doing all kinds of stuff.
They was doing a lot of coke and
look. But I mean, that was crazy.
That exactly means he keep in mind when Richard Pryor made this movie, he was still alive. That means he wanted to make himself out to be the victim. No, mother father, you slept with this.
No, but he definitely did used to talk about that in his stand-up shows.
He wrote a book.
And in his book. But this was funny to me how he
first the book or the movie.
You know, it was the book.
The book came after.
I think the movie came first.
That's
I think
that's why he's playing himself as the victim here.
This part was funny too, when he brought out the clothes and said, "I don't know why you mad," and he was giving her ring. You left this. I said, "Well, dang."
Yeah.
She took off her wedding ring, saying like, "All right, look, once I take this here off, I'm not married woman no more. So come on, let's get it on."
Yes, Kendall, absolutely.
And a lot of black actors had a hard time back then too. So
talk about it. I love this part.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite part. I love her.
When they came on with that music,
on the scene.
Money, 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 money.
Yes.
That's our girl Debbie Allen.
Yeah. Yes. That's when he sees Debbie Allen and his world changes. Okay. He comes over to bring her a drink to the table. She like, you ain't no waiter. And she was trying to play hard to get.
Yes. She was pretty. She still is pretty to me.
I mean, she's aged very nice. She's aged very nice.
She aged very nice, very gracefully.
Very graceful.
Yes.
Shout out to Debbie Allen.
Yes.
Yes. So of course she was like telling him, "Oh, my friend, I'm with my friend. I can't leave her. She got to be home." He was like, "I'll drop her home." Everything she said, he had to come back for it. And then he said they was gonna go back to the house. It was gonna be a party. We're gonna get together. We're gonna talk some mess. But when they get back to the house, it ends up being just him and her at this pool table. She was like, "Well, where's all the other people at? And you want to talk about this? Love covers all."
Oh my goodness! Wait a minute, I don't remember this part right.
You don't remember that?
Let Ingrid go. Ingrid remember all of it.
I remember too.
You want to talk about it, Moochie? Because he was trying to spit some game. She was like, "What happened to that?"
He was trying to spit game, and what was her name? I forgot her name in this.
Zach, I wrote it down.
She was able to have any man she want.
Come on,
even at the club.
Yeah,
it was people coming there, like, where she was just like one of them chicks where like she like, thanks
Michelle.
for the dance, but I'm gonna sit down. Yeah, Michelle.
Yeah,
that's my middle name. And she was just like, look, I'm ready to do all of this, but while we here, we're your friends. You don't need to buy me no drink. You ain't no waiter. I just loved her little comeback. She had a comeback for everything, like you said, Tamika, and he was just trying to spit his game, and then when they was alone, he got her.
Listen, we gotta.
Yeah, because he was like, "Stay and play one more game," and I said, "I know what game you want to play next time." Next thing you know, they was in the bed.
trap. She fell in the trap.
In the daggone bed.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
man.
had locked her down and everything when she was like his woman. They
Yeah.
married.
And
he messed around on
her.
That's because of the Arrested Development.
Wait.
So now at this
break it
point,
down
he
for me,
is
love covers all. What's Arrested Development? Give me a breakdown. You guys tell it to me. Tell it to me like I'm a 4-year-old. Because I never heard that phrase. Go on. I'm waiting.
Yeah, we listening.
We listening to you.
We trying to get school here. We trying to get school.
What it is that when a certain trauma happened to you in your life, although you still moving in life, you're somewhat stuck in that time frame, and you haven't really grown into the man or the woman that you should be fully, because at the time of your trauma, you was arrested. So it stunted your
Okay.
Wow. I did not.
I'm about to steal that one from you.
You just blew my mind with that one, girl. You just blew my mind with that one. I love that. I know somebody that's like that.
You know quite a few.
Yes.
Definitely. Yo. All right, Kendall. Yeah, she brought that heat. All right. Oh God. So of course now he is just full on drugs, alcohol, everything. He coming to work drunk, complaining about stuff.
Yeah, he was.
And even though they really newlyweds, because I think they said they was married for like about 8 months.
Yeah.
They already arguing. She already over it. Anybody want to talk about this?
Oh, this scene with the car. That was
It's giving
that
me
was hilarious.
Own life, so okay. No,
she was over it. So she says she pissed off. She tired of having to ask his people for permission for her to be able to get money and do things. He was like, you ain't got to ask them for permission. So he said, well, you seem to bought this car with no problem. She said, yeah, but this wasn't your money. Well, what you mean it wasn't my money? No, George bought this car, and George was the guy she was seeing before him when they first met.
Yeah.
Yep. George.
How you take a car from George?
She done asked for a car several times. She couldn't get it through the accountant and all of that. So she like, you know what? I'm gonna go holler at my old boo, and he gonna make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he fixed her though with that car.
Yeah, and then his self is telling him, tell her the truth, lay it all out on the line. So he starts to admit that he cheated, and then she go off on him. Wait a minute, where did Moochie go?
Maybe she
here tonight.
Everybody having problems. I'm telling you, mine was cutting up earlier. Maybe it cut out on her. Probably in something. She'll pop back in.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. So yeah, basically she ends up going off of him because he want to sit here and admit that he cheated. And he was like, I ain't tell you to tell her all that part.
Okay, y'all let me back in. All right.
I
don't know what happened. I got my thing is freezing.
So of course, once she goes off on him, he decides to go ahead and toss her dad on brand new car off a cliff.
I can't.
Yeah, she was cussing and going crazy. She was pissed.
Yeah, I would have been pissed too.
I would have too.
I would have been pissed too. That was absolutely crazy.
Yo, I like the fact that he was talking to himself. He was like, tell her everything.
Right.
But he wasn't saying to say that part.
Exactly. He was like, I ain't say all that.
He was trying. He was trying.
So of course, this is when
he almost had her too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was. So he turned left into that. That was the end of that. So Yeah, of course we see him when he was little again, and he crying, saying, you know, the boys was fighting with him, and he saw his grandma. She like, well, first of all, anybody put their hands on you, you know, you get in they behind. And she said, well, why was they fighting you? And of course, he had already mentioned to the father as well that he have to lie and say, you know, his mother and father owns a like a club or something, and the boys was teasing him saying your mother run a whorehouse. And so she's like, listen, they mamas is doing the same and worse or whatever. Grandma didn't care.
I love grandma.
I love her too.
The grandma wasn't, she was no nonsense.
Yes.
I loved her because the way she said, look, I want you to go out there, you gonna leave early and you gonna wait there with a stick and you commence to whooping that ass.
Whooping that
Yo, when she said that I was like, oh shoot, she is not. She makes sure. Look, you get there early, you beat that ass.
Right. Uh-huh.
Sometimes you gotta push your kid out there in the world like that. All right, and he's just like, I just love this little boy.
Yeah, he was saying, well, I think she said, like, I'm trying to teach you how to take care of yourself. Like, first of all, you are a dancer, and dancers don't play that. We don't take no mess. And you got to know how to defend yourself when I'm not here no more. And he was just basically like, Grandma, you going to live forever. She's like, okay, baby, if you say so. I said, man, listen, ain't nothing like Grandma, okay?
Yeah.
No.
I said, she remind me of my grandmother.
Yes. So, of course, you know, I think she passed away when he was an adult, right?
Yeah, because she came on the Tonight Show. They brought her out.
Yeah.
She was crying.
I think that's like the only woman that, you know, he really had that kind of relationship with, like had that kind of love for, because he really didn't have it with his mother, even though I'm sure he loved his mother.
His grandfather, I think, is the one who really raised him. His own mother.
I feel like she's the only one he had unconditional love.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yes, that was so sweet. Ain't nothing like grandma's love, honey. Okay.
So now this part we seen here, we know this is probably why he did all these drugs.
Right.
I mean, he had a lot of pain in his
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As African Americans, we act like we scared of therapy. So even when we identify with those things, we're not going and seeking the help that's necessary. So
and back in that time, people didn't talk about therapists and that, like
now at all.
Now we talk about it now like it's nothing. But and even though we still people who
it absolutely did. RC, I agree.
But
he says it's what made him arguably the best comedian ever. His willingness to talk about his painful experiences. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of comedians are usually the one that. A lot of comedians are usually the one that have to, have went through a lot of, humans, period, go through stuff. But with comedians, them being so funny, you would think like, oh yeah, but they be having the most pain, and then that's their way of, dealing with it and getting through it and making other people laugh, making themselves laugh and all of that good stuff. Sex, so yeah, definitely. They be some of the best ones, be the ones that be hurting.
That's right.
But you guys, first and foremost, I want to thank y'all ladies for coming. Like I said, especially on short notice, I want to thank Moochie for coming through. She gotta go because she's about to be Moochie, you want to tell them what you up to?
Well, I'm getting ready to go live on Miss K's channel, and also don't forget, please come through tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm doing my BMF review, so please come through. Me and Tamika got stuff lined up, and thank you for having me, Tamika. I appreciate it. I'm grateful, and I'm glad. I want to be back next week, so y'all know we talking about next week. Y'all need to get on it. Yes, we're talking about Lady Sings the Blues, and it's gonna be a fun event for us. Yes. So please join us, and keep it up, y'all.
Absolutely.
All right, later, y'all.
All right, later. Thank you for coming.
I have already subscribed.
Yes, he was a great storyteller. Absolutely. I was saying at the beginning of this video that he was definitely a truth teller and a great storyteller. Yes. Absolutely.
And all the great comedians now, all the great comedians today, they all say that Richard Pryor is their number one. When they put out a list of comedians, they all say, I don't care who you talk, was Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart or whoever it may be, they all say it's Richard Pryor. And then everybody else falls underneath that.
That's right. I can agree with that.
I mean, I do hear Red Fox too. I hear Red
Oh
Fox.
yeah, yes. Absolutely.
Eddie Murphy always talk about them.
Oh yeah, but Eddie Murphy, he patterned his whole career on from them. I mean, and how can you not? They kicked open the door so you can do what you're doing. You know, so and that's why. And we didn't do this. We should do Harlem Nights because Harlem Nights
that's on the list too. Listen, I have so many lists, y'all.
We can give you that long list. We got to do Harlem Nights at some point.
Absolutely,
got all the greats on there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, almost everybody in that movie it's a whole lot of people in that movie just passed away.
Daria. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we get to the point where they kind of went back and started from, the end is kind of the beginning is the end, because this is when he's like high and going through his emotions. He sees his father, he's seeing his mother, grandmother. I think he was just seeing everybody. And then he's like literally saying, God help me. Like, what can I do? Pleading to God. Then he gets,
he poured the alcohol on top of him and just lit the match. That was heartbreaking. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And they were saying in the hospital, like, well, this part made me laugh. I know it wasn't supposed to, but when he came out and said Miss Dancer and all them stood up.
That's what I'm saying. Richard had a lot of wives, a lot of girlfriends.
So, and he's just moving on to the next one.
All the children he had got different mothers. So, that's
so they were saying he wasn't gonna make it at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute, what was she saying?
How old was he when he passed away?
Oh, he was he in his 70s?
I think he was in his 70s.
Yeah, multiple sclerosis. Yeah. It was sad watching him decline.
Right.
He couldn't even talk when he,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Because he did get to live after this, even though they said he wouldn't. Yeah. And so, of course, he was like, "Help me." And basically his soul came like, okay, that's what I was waiting to hear. And so he was able to survive this, and he actually was able, of course, to go and do a stand-up. And the stand-up was the stand-up that, well, at least the one in this movie, right, specifically.
What was the name of the stand-up? Live on Sunset Strip. No,
yes, I still got that one in here too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But everything.
Yes, he could be on it. He could be on it, baby.
Be on it, honey.
No, I did watch a lot of Richardpryor. I mean,
Yeah, I remember my mother used to have that thing playing over and over and over and over. But I like the way he did it in the ending of this movie. And like I said, I like how in the title it says JoJo, your life is calling. And then with this, he's telling the jokes on stage like, oh, I, was high and crazy and this and that. But he basically was like, we come here like he was doing a eulogy, like for a funeral, like that JoJo is dead now. I'm reborn. I made it through all of that. And that's really what I like about it. But of course, he says it in funny ways that's making people laugh. He was like, man, we here for this boy that was doing all this craziness. Like, I love the way that ended.
Background, the music. He has some good music playing in throughout the movie. Even
that's why I was saying that we had to shine a light on Herbie Hancock, because I was like, I didn't realize he was the one that was responsible, like, for the music in the background and stuff, and how they had everything set up, and reubancannon and things of that nature. So I liked it.
Soundtrack is great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Harlem Nights, yes, baby. That was great collabs in there.
Right there.
And it was wonderful that Eddie Murphy did that, because he didn't need the money. He didn't need to but he did it for Richard and for Red Fox, because at the time they were financially struggling, kind of going through it. And I remember Red Fox. I remember it was so sad when Red Fox was going. The IRS came and took. Y'all remember that when they barged into his house?
Yeah,
out his house.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that Eddie Murphy did that.
Yeah.
So
I always like that. I like the fact that I always like that. I like the fact that Eddie Murphy, I know this don't got nothing to do with it, but the two kind of always remind me. Like Eddie Murphy made sure he looked out for Red Fox and Richard Pryor, and then with Michael Jackson, he made sure he looked out for Little Richard. I always appreciated that because they was not trying to give them the respect they deserve.
Exactly. You gotta, they kicked the door open for you, so you gotta they struggled, went through it, didn't make no money, and it was doing segregation was going on at that time, a whole lot of stuff. So and now you can go out and say all the things you want and curse and everything you want to do.
Right.
And nobody says anything, so you have to give them,
Yeah, Robin Harris, absolutely. Yep, you're right. Arsenio Hall. Yes. With that little gun. That part always make me laugh when he's shooting with the little gun.
Classic. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I never get tired of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to put that at some point. We got to get to that movie because it's hilarious.
I know Sasa. She's like, that's my favorite. I know.
It is.
Yes. Della Reese.
Della Reese gone. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people that movie's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we help us to one another, and when more people really embrace that, this world will be a better place, honey.
Yes,
right.
A place. That's how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not gonna hold y'all up too much longer. We have been here an hour, and we made it through all my slides. Y'all know I'll be having 1,000 slides. I always end up with too many. I'll be like, well, I'd rather have than not enough. But I just, like I said, for some reason, this movie was just all my spirit. I kept saying to Kiani, JoJo's That's I don't know why, but that's what it's great.
No, it's always good to, as you say, shine a light on any movie because no one talks about them, and you don't see them sometime on TV no more. So it's good to go and dig out all our old movies, and we say let's go do a rewatch and talk about it.
Yeah. So definitely.
Don't know who actually needs this. Like they could be up here watching.
Thank you, Kendall.
But at the same time, they're looking at the whole story and they're like, "Wow, you know what? That's speaking to me." So I look at all angles.
No, exactly. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And then anybody that's like younger in age who wasn't around during those times, they can learn. And then say, "Oh, we'll go and check that out and go find it on streaming." And,
absolutely. Definitely.
Especially him.
Definitely. So you guys, again, just in case if y'all wasn't here before, I got a subscribe-a-thon going on, okay? Now I'm going to take a break tomorrow, but Tuesday on.
You've been on down.
Right. I'm going to be out. Yeah, I've been going on. I think I'm supposed to be going on Lays Equals 215 channel later tonight. I got to be talking about The Last of Us. But after that, I'm not doing nothing till Tuesday.
You got to get a break.
Yeah, and that's gonna be like the Oval and Sisters and BMF. Then we got Snowfall this week. We got Bel Air this week. I'm gonna have my What You Should Be Watching and Self Care Saturday. Then Saturday night, me and Love Covers All, or myself and Love Covers All. Us posted icons that have played historical icons. It's gonna be good, y'all. Saturday night we're gonna be on and popping, and then Sunday night, Lady Sings the Blues. Okay, it's gonna be going down, so it's gonna be a good weekend. Y'all make sure y'all back here next weekend to check it all out.
Watch the movie, y'all.
Catch up on the movie now. I think they have it on YouTube.
Lady Sings the Blues is on YouTube for free. So if you just type it in the search box, you can find, somebody had the movies up there. Because I saw it. That's the reason why I know. I saw it. So, and that way nobody don't have to pay no money for it. And
Absolutely.
And it's not that long. And Richardpryor is in that movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Really definitely. Good. And so make sure that you guys are following Love Covers All as well. I'm going to put her links in the description. It's also in the links and if y'all didn't see, we also did The Wiz and Rosewood. Y'all check that out if you missed it.
Yes.
And it's in the link there, so you can click on,
both of them,
So this was fun, ladies. Thank y'all so much for coming. I thank all of y'all that came out tonight in the chat. Kendall, Daria, RC, you know, I know Brillo stopped through for a minute. Zoom and let's see. LSW, Savannah, Samara. I appreciate all of y'all.
Brittany, Sasa.
Yes, Brittany, Sasa, thank you so much. It is very, very much appreciated because y'all could have did anything with y'all time tonight, okay? So I'm definitely grateful for y'all for stopping by.
Sunday night.
Hi, Kimon.
Hello.
How you feeling?
And yes, I guess no school tomorrow too because it's a holiday. Right?
Yeah, it's a holiday. I ain't even realized it too. So these kids gonna be partying.
Trying to tell you.
Yes.
That's what had me fumbling in the beginning.
But good night to you all. Have a happy Sunday. Relax yourselves. Relax, relate, release. Okay, kick up your shoes, child.
I know because the night will be over before you know it. Time to go to bed. I'm not staying up late tonight to make. I'm gonna get my rest. I've been saying
I say that every night, but hopefully tonight.
Yeah, get your rest.
All right, y'all. We see y'all later. Have a good night. Huh?
Say something.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you wanted to say something?
Go ahead.
Say, please watch.
Please watch for a mother's love and beyond. Overcoming autism, denial, self-blame. One step at a time, along with disability challenges that comes with it. Remember, you're not alone. It takes an amazing person to raise an amazing child. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yes. Okay. What he said.
I love that. Oh, that was sweet.
What he said, y'all. What he said. Okay. Make sure y'all listen. Good night, y'all.